Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Mangala card to review today. I'm probably going to unlock this card on my main accounts because he's a former FC Porto player, and I used to love this guy when he used to play for us. Like, he was really, really good. So we're taking a look at a card. Wow, 6'2", medium-high work rates, left-footed, 5-star weak foot. 5-star weak foot, wow. In-game player attributes, he's got 75 acceleration with an 84 sprint speed. So we're working with 85 acceleration, 94 sprint speed with the shadow chemistry style boost for the card. Any player traits and he has dives into tackles trade. Let's go. And power header trade, which is actually very helpful for corners if he's ever up there. That's pretty cool, actually. Base card stats for shooting is at 90 for shot power. Base card stats for passing, pretty decent for a center back as well that has the 5-star weak foot. 85 short passing with 82 long passing is definitely very nice to work with. Base card stats for dribbling. The only thing that I expect this card to not be crazy great at is obviously going to be dribbling on the ball, but off of the ball with that agility and balance with reactions at 91, 90 composure, definitely very nice. Hopefully that actually plays out well in game while being 6'2", medium high, 5-star weak foot. Beautiful stuff working with over there. Base card stats for defending, very good as well, so that when we give him the shadow chemistry style, it boosts him in a lot of the very important areas as much as possible. So with Mangala over here, you could see that with the shadow chemistry style, we're giving him all these defensive boosts right here. So above 90s, 95s, 98, 99, all that good stuff for his defense. So the only thing that we're going to be really working with is acceleration, but I don't even think acceleration is going to be that big of a deal because of how good his dribbling stats are. But we're obviously going to see in game. And then last but not least, base card stats for physical in game. He's got 87 for jumping, 93 for strength, and then 93 for aggression. Right. So working with a lot of really cool stuff for this card for sure. The only thing that's a little bit low for the quote-unquote meta of the game is the 85 acceleration, but I don't really think it's going to be that big of a deal because there's obviously been a lot of players in this game that even with acceleration like that perform really well because of their other things that surround the card. Like Sven Bender's card, for instance, is really cool. Like, yes, there are moments where if you're playing aggressive defending and he doesn't have enough pace, his acceleration or his initial acceleration isn't necessarily great. But if a card feels really explosive from a base characteristic, then that's not necessarily a huge issue. Like a player like Carlos Puyol, for instance, was really, really explosive, and that's what makes the card very enjoyable. If they gave him more pace, in my opinion, he'd be one of the better center backs in the game for sure. But with this Mangala card, we're going to be using some crazy 3-5-2 tactics to be able to test out the defender. We're going to move him into the center back position. Right center back will be Emerson, Hermoso off to the left side, and all that good stuff. The CDMs, we just have to make sure that these guys are unbalanced. Perfect. Okay, so we'll just switch this. If we get some cool goal-scoring opportunities, I'm not really going to attack that much. It's a defender review, so yeah, let's get into a game and see how he plays. Dude, his chase after is actually pretty nice. His chase after is pretty nice, guys. Okay, okay. Oh, his transitioning left and right is really good, guys. It's really good. Ooh, look at how big he is in game too, man. Look, I overcommitted into that play right there. You can even see me use the actual tackle button, and he just goes right back into it. This is going to be a cool card. I mean, I was going to do him on my main account anyways because of the FC Porto thing, but... Alright, there you go. Perfect chase after right here. Look at that, man. It's actually pretty nice, man. It's not that bad at all, guys, because his acceleration is actually decent because of his dribbling stats, right? Look at that. Beautiful stuff right there. Get the ball here. Little ball roll, touch. It's the on-the-ball stuff that I know that he's not going to be crazy good at for sure, but it's a center back, so who cares, right? It's still good enough for a center back because there's players that have way worse. Body to body. Nice, good stuff there. You just gotta time the shielding there in those situations. So yeah, you do have to work with the fact that on-the-ball dribbling is not going to be the craziest at it, but like I said, guys, it's a center back, and it's still very good for a center back, so definitely take that. Having the weak foot there is definitely very nice too for those. Having a 5-star weak foot when you're a defender, guys, is one of the most underrated things ever. Like, it's so, so helpful, dude. Nice tackle, Mangala. Beautiful stuff. He uses manual goalkeeping there. Collect that. Use your body there. Yeah, nicely done. You can see that he's not the most responsive on the ball, right? Not in a, like I said, guys, I'm being super picky in regards to like the full meta concept, right? But it's still very good. Like, I shouldn't be dribbling like that at that point, you know? It's just stress testing, you know? Don't overcommit this guy here. Switch to Mangala. The initial, that really small acceleration parts, right? It not being 90, you notice for sure. But the reason why it's not that bad for a card like this, again, is because of those dribbling stats, bro. Very important. Oh, good tackle there. Last ditch tackle too. That was awesome. Oh, good body to body right there. Again, in that situation, you see the acceleration a little bit, but once he hits that little peak there, he's good. His dribbling as a center back really isn't even that bad, to be honest. Like, it's just for, like, the perfect factor, but, you know. Okay, I'm just testing him off the ball here when he's from a corner kick. Goes back into position really quickly. In these situations, guys, it's actually better to not control your defenders when they're out of position because they go back into their areas pretty quickly. Like, even if their acceleration and sprint speed isn't in the 90s, Rudiger used to do the same exact thing, right? So... good little tackle right there. Body to body. We get the ball there. Nice. So for the full meta concept, guys, for the full meta concept, yes, the acceleration from time to time isn't necessarily going to be great, right? But it was the same thing with players like Boateng and Sven Bender. That's the only thing that's a downfall of their cards because of the meta of the game. But this card is still very good defensively. And if you do defend properly in most of the situations, you should be fine. Like, we're really stress testing pushing him out of position and stuff here when you probably shouldn't, you know? But we still get that ball there. But you see that initial acceleration to go and chase after very fast players. Like, yes, it's going to be a downfall like most players that don't have the 90s for pace in this gameplay meta. I'll take that with Karim Benzema. Thought Ansu Fati would have scored that initial goal, though. Nice little switch right there, even though it's halftime. Nice. Good job there, Mangala. We pick and choose the tackles we got to go for there. Nice. Good job, Mangala. Good stuff. I wish that tackle was a little bit more possession-based, but to be honest with you guys, the way that this game works, they're kind of random. Like, sometimes you just have to run into the ball to grab it. Like, it's very flawed mechanics. Well, even though my Benzema literally, I think he like retracted his foot right there. He's like, don't want the ball there, no. Mangala was out of position right there, pushed back really quickly once I committed that other defender. Nice pass right there. Might actually be able to score an opportunity here. Never mind, we do a terrible pass. Too focused on the defense review, man. Too focused. Yeah, I just want to hold the area right there. Just want to hold the area. Gameplay's a little bit off, but Mangala's pretty cool, guys. I like him. Again, for the full meta concept, the only thing that's off about the card, he actually blocked that right there. The only thing that's off about the card is the initial acceleration. But the dribbling stats do help it out a lot. It's just that you have to be careful for the full meta aspect where, you know, if you're facing off against 90-90 pace players, and it's always going to be an issue, right? See, like right there, I don't press the tackle button, so it's more possession-based, right? Sometimes they don't always work, though. Like, sometimes your players will go ahead of the attacker, and then they just kind of, like, don't get the ball. So, it's weird sometimes, for sure. Nice little chip shot right there. We'll take that. That was a good tackle right there. I overcommitted because I felt like he wanted to do another play with a Zebu there. Just take him straight out for that kickoff, man. Take him out! Ooh, nice switch, Mangala. Beautiful stuff. I love it. I love it. Alright guys, so final verdict on this Mangala card. So let's talk about how he performs in game. 85 acceleration for the meta of the game will sometimes be a detriment to you, but it's usually the same thing with players like Sven Bender and Boateng. But literally everything else about this card plays really well, because even with the dribbling as it is, he is a center back, right? Most center backs don't have the craziest of dribbling. That's why a lot of people actually use the fullbacks in the center back area, because they usually tend to have more dribbling stats for base card stats. So yes, you will notice that on the ball, 6'2" height, high and stocky body type, that his dribbling will be a little bit off sometimes, but it's a center back, so it's not really that big of a deal. His acceleration, you will notice from time to time because of the meta of the game with the pace, right? But the thing about this card is the fact that he has good agility, balance, and reaction stats to be able to compensate for the acceleration really nicely. Now, obviously, we're stress testing this card with really aggressive 3-5-2 tactics. You don't necessarily want to overcommit a card like this. The same thing with like Boateng and Sven Bender. But if he is around the general defensive area, utilizing that 5-star weak foot and the dives into tackles trait, it's very, very helpful, in my opinion, to have with a card like this. So if you're looking to get a full meta card, Mangala is definitely not going to be your guy. But if you're looking for a very fun center back that plays in the meta well, that has the 5-star weak foot, that has the dives into tackle straight, good body type, as well as the 5-star weak foot, Mangala is definitely fairly priced for what he is right now, especially since the 81 plus player pick exists right now, right? So those are the things you're going to notice for the full meta concept. I'm most likely going to unlock this card because he's actually really fun to use because he's a former FC Porto player. So you guys know the vibes with that. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.